So I want to get on here and talk to you guys about Shyla and what she's been saying and the lies that she's been spreading. She goes on the internet and starts to claim that my husband tried to kill somebody. That really pissed me off. You know that you've been carrying this lie about Landon being abusive, and you know that that's not true. You were so happy when Landon got cancer. You were the happiest you'd ever been. You're like making this like monster, and it's literally not who you are.
So Catherine McBroom is going off on Shyla Walker after Shyla exposed the Ace family. She made posts about Landon McBroom, Austin, and Catherine McBroom. More recently, she has made some posts sharing that this family is threatening her and her mother, trying to keep them silent. Shyla has felt safe for bringing it to social media and making this all public, which I support. I mean, we're here to watch, but now it seems like Catherine is getting on Shyla's level and speaking about her publicly. And she made a 15-minute long story that we need to unpack.
And vulnerable, up front with you guys, just real and like authentic in the way that I know I can be. So I want to get on here and talk to you guys about Shyla and what she's been saying. And the lies that she's been spreading. And I find that like in life there's like a way of handling things, and then there's a way that you go about things, and you get the consequences. And I feel like Shyla just going on the internet and just being super immature and saying things that aren't true and not coming to me personally. If you have a problem with me, you gotta come to me personally. Like that's like my go-to. Like when I got a problem with someone, I call them up. That's kind of like my personality. That's kind of my vibe. That's how I do things. And I've called you, Shyla, before when I had a problem with you 2 years ago. When you made a video about my skincare line, I called you that night. And I texted you, and that's kind of...
So Catherine had a problem when Shyla's video about 1212 Gateway went out, and Shyla wasn't acting all super supportive and excited, which also... If Catherine is so like, oh, like confrontational and let's figure this out in person, then why has Brampty and that other friend and so many people have had issues with Catherine and they haven't been able to resolve them or really even get into contact with her?
Kind of like my vibe. Like that's how I do things. So if you got a problem with me, let's talk about it, right? I was thinking about it, and you know, I'm not impulsive like she is. I really just like sit with my thoughts and really think about things and analyze it, and that's just kind of the personality that I am. So when she had said all these like negative, dark lies about my family, I was thinking about it and I was like, wow, like I actually pray for this person. Like I do silent prayers all the time, and I send her good vibes. I've been doing since I can remember, and it's showing, and she's like telling on herself, like she's showing her true colors, and it's like, it's so obvious. So to get straight to the point, the other night Austin went to the gym like he always does. He's in camp right now, so he's training for a fight, and he had a sparring. So he invited the whole family. His dad was there, our son was there, his friends. I couldn't make it because I had something going on, so I stayed home with the girls. And if you see me, if you could physically see me right now, if you're watching this video, you know that what I do for a living is content. So I've been on YouTube for a very long time, and I make content, and we film for a living, and you know, we've shared glimpses of our lives. We don't share as much anymore just because of that's kind of where we're at. To be honest with you, if I didn't have this many eyes on me, I probably would be sharing a lot more. But yeah, that's just kind of where we're at. And so he was at the gym.
Remember, she was supposed to like have a YouTube channel, like she promised it for so long, yet it's been like over a year since she's announced her YouTube channel. So
he was at the gym, he was making content like he always does, and he made this very innocent video of him kind of going towards our son and Shyla's daughter, Solene, who's his niece, Austin's niece. And she was kind of in the background, you couldn't really see her, she's kind of like to the side, and then he kind of focuses on our son, and very cute, like innocent video. So Shyla, respectfully, being the hawk that she is, watching every single one of our stories and our videos and trying to find an opportunity to speak on our name and continuously disrespect us and slander us and say these really hurtful and untruthful things, she goes on the internet and starts to claim that my husband tried to kill somebody, and that I had IVF treatment for my third pregnancy, which are all very untrue things. There's a couple more things that are just untrue. I don't even remember what she said. But this is the time that it comes to an end, and I'm going to share how I feel. So she claims that her daughter is being used for clout. All right, so let's discuss this. Shyla, I don't know if you know what clout is, okay? So there's a difference between clout and then family, right? So you got a family that's, you know, they're well known, they have a lot of eyes on them, and you know, we started YouTube. We didn't know we were going to be as successful as we are. We did it with pure intentions. Everything happened so naturally and so pure and so real. I love my job. I love what I do.
Ew. A few things. She said Shyla's a hawk. I'm sure a lot of people went to Shyla and was like, hey, you know, the A's family are, you know, they're posting your daughter. I'm sure that like she didn't even have to look at their stories to know this. She's talking about growing so naturally on YouTube. Well, what about that agency that I exposed that they paid for followers, paid for comments, paid for people to join live streams? Like, there's nothing organic or intentional or natural about their growth on YouTube when they've hired firms to go and add fake comments. So that's a bunch of BS right there.
And you, Shyla, you jumped on the bandwagon, and that's what you started to do. And you did it for many years. And all of a sudden, when your relationship ended, when Landon broke up with you, you decided that because it wasn't in your favor anymore, that you were gonna decide that, you know, your daughter is clout now, which doesn't make any sense. Family is family, and I'm sorry if like that's how you see it through your goggles, like that it's being clout, but it's just it is what it is. Like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If Celine is never a part of our family, if she's not at our parties and hanging out with our cousins and going to the beach with us and having a good time and growing up with us and learning and growing, then you would say 5 years from now that, oh, they never loved her, they never care, nobody cares. And the truth is that we all love our family. Every single person in our family, we love them very much. And that's one of the reasons why we're so successful, is because we put family first. And that's been the kind of people that we've been and transmitted for a long time. And so for you to use that word, it's very hurtful, because it's the very opposite of clout. If anything, you're creating attention for clout. I understand that, you know,
if she wanted clout, she would have made a YouTube video and made like a ton of money off of it and exposed this entire family. Not saying that maybe, you know, Shyla is looking for a little bit of clout. Maybe clout is being confused for support or, you know, something along those lines. But if she really wanted to milk the situation, she would have, you know, hey guys, welcome back to my channel, subscribe. Today we're exposing Catherine and her IVF. So I feel like clout's a little bit like, not the best way to describe this, because if she wanted to get clout, she could do a lot more.
Oh, you're telling the world that you don't want your daughter on the internet anymore, that you've grown, that, you know, you don't like that, which I have complete respect for. I feel like that's a beautiful thing if that's what you decide you want to do. But you're also very contradicting. So let's just make that clear. So then you proceed and you say some lies, and you say that I had IVF treatment for my third child to have a boy, and that's 1000% not true. I don't know if you...
When I initially heard the IVF thing, I thought that Shyla was maybe trying to like shame Catherine for some way, but the reason why Shyla brought up the IVF was because Catherine went to like a spiritual guide and claimed that they had told her that she had a boy and that she did a gender reveal. And if she did all of this while using IVF, then it's like play pretend, like, oh, gender reveal, oh, the spiritual guide, oh, this, oh, that, when they knew in fact they were gonna have a boy because they used IVF to do so. So we're not IVF shaming, we're lie shaming here.
You believe in God, if you pray to God, but God, right? Like, that's the reason why I have my children. I was able to conceive 3 children. I wanted them back to back. Where that came from, I don't get the purpose of it. I can't grasp it. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't know. But what I will say is I find it very disrespectful to women all around the world who literally cannot conceive a child on their own, and they have to do treatments like IVF. And I find that IVF is like, what a blessing to be able to have such a thing. And although I didn't go that route, it's just very odd to me that you would say something like that, like as if like, what are you trying to offend me? Like, that's like a bad thing. I don't get what the purpose of that was. And yeah, just like another one of your lies. Like, just to end this like IVF topic part, I had just had my second child. I got pregnant a year after I had my second. I was breastfeeding nonstop, changing diapers, raising 2 children, working nonstop, working on my business, working on my family, my marriage, my relationships, my friendships, raising a household, like doing so much. And yet I'm supposed to be doing IVF treatments just so that I could have a boy. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, I don't know where your head's at. And then you proceed and you say that Austin, my husband, has tried to kill somebody. And that really pissed me off, because that is so far from what Austin is and how he would ever speak and react. And you literally have no idea who my husband is. You've never known us like that. And for you to just like say something so dark and evil is really scary. And I just find that was completely out of line, and this is mainly the reason why I'm making this video, is because you need to be stopped, and you really do need to heal. You need to stop pretending that you're healed, and you really have to look inwards. And I can help you, literally, like, I do not mind to help you through this, but this has got to stop. I'm gonna bring this one up, but you said you claim that our family is broke. So that's like one of like the famous like narratives that the internet loves to talk about. And to be honest with you, I know that like your supporters, like the people that are supporting you, genuinely only have one thing in common with you, and that's your lies. Oh, actually 2. Your lies, and then that you don't like us. Literally, those are the only things that your supporters have in common with you. And that's the truth. And your lies have gotten so deep. It's so deep that you continuously, you're like making this like monster, and it's literally not who you are. Like, I know that for a fact. Like, that can't be who you are. Get that money is your number one motivator. It's all you talk about. It's all you think about. It's literally like, it was all that your relationship was about. I get it that, you know, towards the end, that's all you cared about. And I'm not even going to go into details because really, like, this is none of my business. But the truth is that if you don't understand what money truly is, you will never make money, because money is an energy exchange, and it comes in like waves. Okay? And that's what we are. We are energy. So it's what you do with the money. It's how you get it. It's how you react. It's how you learn from it. And it's so far away from you, like, the narrative is so far.
Hearing her talk about money, I'm dying inside, because these people, like, what wave? Wave of energy, wave of a scam energy, waves. Money's not, I don't think, like, when you talk about money, it's not supposed to be like a spiritual thing. Like, just in my opinion, especially when you like have a past of not really being able to handle money or handle the deals that you do. Like, the things coming to my mind right now, I'm like, Silly Juice, they're in a lawsuit. We've got the How to Become a Millionaire Club. Like, please, like, I would not take financial advice from the McBrooms.
The narrative is so far away from who we are, and it's because we've given back so much, and we do so much for people, and we help people all the time. I help my family all the time. And so I don't know, it's just like the thing about money is just weird. Like, why are you even talking about that? Like, why do you care about someone else's financial situation? Like, who cares? Like, I'm not talking about your financial situation. I could care less. Since I'm here and I'm sticking up for my family, I'm the backbone of my family. Literally, like, I just found out yesterday that I have a collapsed disc, and like, so symbolic to like me and who I am to our family. But God didn't give me a voice to be complacent. And the truth is that, Shyla, you know that you've been carrying this lie about Landon being abusive, and you know that that's not true. And you got to let that go. You have an amazing father to your daughter, and you need to start like accepting that this is your reality and that you created it, because this is all done by you. And accept that, you know, things didn't go how you wanted, and that's it. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, you were so happy when Landon got cancer. You were the happiest you'd ever been. Everyone said it. There's so many witnesses. And that's the reason why he didn't want to be with you. And because it messed with your money and what you were doing, you got really upset. And that's why you created this false narrative. And one thing about me is that I'm a girl's girl. So I support women. I advocate for women. I help women on a daily.
Support, advocate for women, yet you have a cheating husband and you have no idea what Shyla's gone through, but you're like dismissing it completely. The part about the cancer though, that's really like, whew, like, was she happier when he was sick? I don't know. It seems like, I don't know, there's some truth, I'm sure, to both sides, but it's like, it's really messy hearing that. It's really unfortunate. Like, I can't imagine being like happy that my partner's sick with cancer.
Daily basis, like, I'm all about women empowerment, and that's my vibe. That's who I am, right? But I also know that there can be a lot of darkness to women, and some women take advantage of very innocent men, and they use their power to get what they want. And I think that it's very unfair what you've been doing to Landon, and you need to stop. I'm not saying Landon's like a saint, like he's the most perfect person in the world and he has got nothing to work on. We all have something to work on. Even I do. Everybody does. There's no perfect human. Perfection doesn't even exist. But the truth is that you've really taken this out of line, and it needs to stop. Sorry, but your character has been shown for many years, and it's very obvious what kind of person you are. And for you to make a video and claim that you were abused, and for the whole character to go out the window, to be dismissed because you claim that you were being abused. Meanwhile, everybody knows that it's not true. You could see it, right? You're literally taking advantage of very vulnerable women who have literally been abused. You're diminishing a woman's abuse. Like, you don't know what it's like to be in a kitchen, like just doing dishes, and your husband walks in and slaps you across the face with a pan for no reason. Like, you don't know how it feels to go through that. And for you to say that you were...
You don't either, Catherine, and to like use that example as some type of like standard is very bizarre to me.
To say that you were abused is so wrong, and it's not okay. And I'm sorry, but you pushed the line, and it's time for this to be out and to be heard. Also, you know, you talk about my children, you talk about my family, you talk about my mother-in-law, like my mother-in-law, who's the most selfless, most kind, most helpful. She's also like super girl's girl, like she tried to help you. Nicole is the type of person that if, God forbid, anything ever happened between Austin and I, and our family broke up, and, you know, life happens, right? I'm a realist. Life happens. She would be the first person to be there for me. And the fact that you had the audacity to say such hurtful lies about Nicole really hurts, because it's like you never got the opportunity to really know who she is because of your darkness. So stop talking about Nicole. Don't bring her up anymore.
I like how like Shyla doesn't know who these people are. Yeah, Catherine knows everything about Shyla. Like, Shyla, how does Shyla not know who your husband is, who you are, who your mother-in-law is? Yeah, everyone knows about Shyla's darkness.
So I'm done, and I'm gonna say, like, this is the first and last time that I will ever speak about Shyla. I've never done it, not even subliminally. Like, I really just, I don't do that. When I got a problem with someone, I call them up. That's the kind of personality that I have. And in this case, it's very different. I'm doing it on the internet, and I really had no choice, because at this point, really think about it. If someone was spreading lies about you and your family on the internet, and they were actually getting away with it, like some people were actually believing what this person was saying, would you stick up for yourself?
I agree with Catherine that I believe it's important for her to stick up for herself. Did she do that? I think maybe she kind of exposed herself a little bit more, but I do think it's important for her to stand up for herself. And if things are going to be made online and put on the internet and made, you know, public, then let's go ahead and do it and let's hash it out. I do feel like Shyla needs to respond now. Honestly, a YouTube video would be iconic, but I do want to formally invite Shyla to the channel. I have, tried messaging her, but I would love to have her on the channel and her to speak her truth. I mean, this is a safe space. You guys know that I'm not like, at least I don't feel personally biased, because even when I brought up like Shyla recently, I brought up the fact that her company had some bad reviews. Like, I'm not like one way or the other. I think there's faults in both parties here, but I do feel like Shyla's going against a strong family who is threatening. I mean, we saw the text messages in the beginning here. These people are threatening her and her family. So we need to support her and continue to speak about this if they're going to continue to make it public. So I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you in a new one soon. Are you team Kathy or team Shyla? Are you team nobody, team Sloan? Because this team over here, I think we're going to win the tournament. I don't even know what I'm talking about now. What am I even rambling about? Anyways, love you guys. See you soon. Bye.